I just fell off. Fuck, it hurts. This one's called Orange too. When I get home from a hard day at the mill, and all I see is a pile of bills. Would it kill you? How hot meal on my plate? Dinner 601. Don't delay.
Hello, good day. Welcome to the Frankfort Report. I don't even know what day it is. I don't even know where I am. I have so much shit going on right now. It is unbelievable. Hello, Rose. We want Darryl. We want Darryl. Yes, we do, don't we? Why? I have no idea, but thank you very much for being here. I cannot tell you how much I appreciate the support. This is fantastic. If you're here, why don't you hit a like button? Do me a favor. Let's get some more people here and let's get this show out to more people. Sorry, I cannot see a goddamn thing. My glasses are disgusting. I apologize. Say something in the chat. Let me know who's here. Give me a like. Say hello. Holy shit. What is going on in world politics right now? Holy jumping Jesus, guys. That just made it worse. Fuck. Where's my rag? Anyways, thank you for being here. It's gonna be a bumpy road, guys. Did you hear the news? Did you hear the news? We're gonna get slapped. We're gonna get bitch slapped. We're gonna get slapped like what's his name? Chris Rock. We're going to get bitch slapped like Chris Rock by Will Smith at the Grammy Awards or wherever the fuck that was. By these automotive tariffs, potentially. But let's back up a second, friends, shall we? Let's back up a moment because, there's just too much going on. First, tariffs on automobiles. This is big news, but they actually put in place. I thought we had 30 days. Like, what the fuck is going on here? Okay, I thought we had 30 days tariff free, but it turns out that there's going to be aluminum and steel tariffs on everybody and their mother. Man, look at the background. What a dirty mess I got going on here. What an embarrassment. An embarrassment, especially when I got Steve Karish, like the ultimate professional here. Who has more going on? The developer streaming on YouTube all day or the realtor watching? Right? Well, I don't know. But what time do you wake up, Steve, in Eastern Standard Time? Because I don't sleep, man. I am working nonstop all the time. And I don't know why the fuck I make time for this. This is purely ego-driven and crazy. But regardless, here we are. Thanks for being here, Steve. Appreciate it. Rose Overdose, always a pleasure to see you here. Again, here we are. We are slapped with tariffs on steel and aluminum. And I'm no expert. But from what I gather, we send a lot of steel and a lot of aluminum into the United States. And I mean, that's good on one hand, because you'd think that they would think that they have to rely on us for the steel and the aluminum. But it turns out that they're taking the position that they don't need to, right? Now, us, on the other hand, I imagine if we're sending 70% of the aluminum that the United States needs, it must be taking up a giant chunk of the aluminum we produce, right? So if somehow they are able, and I don't see how this happens at all, right? I don't see how in the world does it happen that they just slap tariffs on us and then that just shuts the whole thing down, and all of a sudden now they're able to produce all of that aluminum. Like, is anybody buying this? Maybe Trudeau's buying this. Anybody other than Trudeau buying this? Is anybody out in the chat buying this by any chance? Is there anybody in the chat, by the way? I can't see how many people are here. Thank God, because I'd probably want to shoot myself if I actually knew how few people were watching this thing. But if you're here, hit that like button, please. Let's get this out to more people. I don't like talking to like 2 people, okay? Hit the like button. Say something in the chat. Let me know who the frick is here, for God's sakes. And let me know what you think about these tariffs. Like, what's going on? What is this going to do? This is, from what I gather, the 25% on steel and aluminum. This is effective now. Do we have any time to react to this? What are we going to do? What is it going to do? Is it going to, I mean, if the intent is for them to start, gearing up to make more of it and stop buying as much of it from us, while that transition is happening, we need to be sending it somewhere else, right? So who else needs all that aluminum? What the hell do they use aluminum for? Guys, anyone? Is anybody saying anything? Or are you guys just here and listening and doing absolutely nothing? Okay. I guess watching and listening is doing something. That's pretty good. So, pat yourself on the back if that's what you're doing. Tariffs take effect March 4th. Oh, I see how it is. Okay, so that's our 30 days. Boom. Look at that. Okay. So that's how he wants to play, hey? So let's get to some of this footage here instead of just hearing me ramble on and on and on about a bunch of nonsense. But you know what we have to do first, right, friends? It's prayer time, everybody. It's prayer time. And this is one of my favorite times of the day. I don't know about you. I'm guessing you're not so into the prayers. But these are special prayers for the Frankfort Report. These are, because this is a special place here, right? We have to do things a little differently than most. So if you could all, just listen up and say the prayers with us, or at least listen to them.
Maybe you don't realize how good you're doing because you keep raising the fucking bar. Okay, killer? Nice work.
Okay, killer. Nice fucking work. One more time.
Maybe you don't realize how good you're doing because you keep raising the fucking bar.
You keep raising the fucking bar. That's how come you don't know how great you are. Okay? You got to remember how great you are every day. Because most people can't do what you do. Killer.
Okay, killer?
Okay, killer?
Nice work.
Nice work, buddy. Nice work. Okay, so that's prayer number 1. And if you've been watching the show for any amount of time, you'll know prayer number 2 has to come right after prayer number 1, right? And this is very inspirational, right? We need this. We absolutely need this inspiration daily because, let's be realistic. If you can't beat this group, okay, you don't stand a friggin' chance.
Because I'm broke. No, they make it happen.
Sorry,
Don't let
I
a
screwed that up.
crackhead.
Jamie, what are you doing? Cue it up, Jamie. Come on. Get your shit together, bro.
Do crackheads say, I can't get high today because I'm broke? No, they make it happen. Don't let a crackhead hustle harder than you.
Don't let the crackheads hustle harder than you. This is a serious lesson here. Okay, Jamie, you think you can not screw it up again and play this?
Do crackheads say, I can't get high today because I'm broke?
Think about it. Do they? No.
No, they make it happen.
They go wash windows. They go, I don't know what else they do. They beg for money. I don't know what else they do. Run some scams, steal some cars perhaps. What do they do to get the crack?
Don't let a crackhead hustle harder than you.
But they figure it out, goddammit. They figure it out. I think people complain about my use of goddammit, and I'm sorry, okay? I really am sorry, but it just pops out of my face all the time. Okay, so here we go. Let's start looking at stuff here. Let's talk to Mr. Trump, and let's see what he has to say. And hopefully I don't screw this up for all of us. Breaking. Donald Trump, we could hit Canada with 100% auto tariffs. Son of a bitch. Without our subsidy, Canada ceases to exist. Holy. Okay, so let's check out what he has to say. Hopefully it's queued up properly here.
You know, if you look at Canada, Canada has a very big car industry. They stole it from us. They stole it because our people were asleep at the wheel.
Canada stole the auto industry from the United States. There's a claim. Maybe not untrue, but what a claim.
So what happens is Canada is going to have our cars. We're going to take the car industry. If we don't make a deal with Canada, we're going to put a big tariff on cars. Could be a 50 or 100% because.
Holy cow. See, if we don't make a deal, we're going to take the car industry back.
Because we don't want their cars. We want to make the cars in Detroit.
They want to make the cars in Detroit. And wouldn't that make sense? See, I mean, it's unfortunate that he only has 4 years, because I think a lot of the stuff that this guy's doing, which is, I think, good for their country, will take longer than 4 years to really materialize.
Sports has always been something.
But when I talked about Canada, they gave us tremendous security. It started out for security, and then it started getting economic, and it's really both.
You know, the Prime Minister said this weekend to a group of Canadian businessmen, he was at a private meeting, he said that your wish for Canada to be the 51st state is a, quote, real thing. Is it a real thing?
Yeah, it is. I think Canada would be much better off being a 51st state, because we lose $200 billion a year with Canada, and I'm not going to let that happen.
So this has been proven to be inaccurate over and over and over again, but he keeps using it because it sounds way better than $63 billion.
It's too much. Why would we do that? I asked Trudeau that question. I said, why would anybody want to lose $200 billion? Why would I, as president, say, I'm going to give you $200 billion a year? You're Canada. You're a different country. And I love Canada. I have so many friends in Canada, you can't count them. Wayne Gretzky, I love
You can count them. One.
Wayne Gretzky, I love so many people. I love their tradition. I love their ice hockey. But why are we paying $200 billion a year, essentially in subsidy to Canada? Now, if they're a 51st state, I don't mind doing it.
And here we are again, right? Here we are again. So the way it's being framed is that we cost them too much money and there's really no need for it, right? What are we getting in return? And this is not factoring in the money that they pay for, I guess, what they consider our defense, right? I don't know what we're defending against and what that money goes to, but we don't pay our fair share, okay? Which I suppose is fair because it's math, right? I think everybody agreed to a certain amount of money, and we don't live up to our end of the bargain, right? So Trump's throwing that shit around. We've got, let's see this one here, Mr. Sunshine Baby, who has a far superior show to this one for now. Trump is slapping 100% tariffs on Canadian cars. Now, I don't think that it's in fact the case. He is not slapping. He may slap. Man, we're fucked. He's going to keep hammering us with tariffs, and the final nail in the coffin will eventually be our defense budget, right? And that's what I'm saying is our defense budget, because he thinks he's spending all kinds of money and we're not living up to our end of the bargain, right? So they're spending Not only do they have a $200 billion, which is apparently not true, trade deficit with us on actual goods, and I suppose services, maybe not services. I don't know how the fuck they calculate this stuff. It's all baloney anyways. But the way it's being framed is that there's all this money going out the door from America, and they're not getting enough in return for it, right? Canada is not ponying up enough of anything for them to be satisfied with the current arrangement. And if you were here yesterday, you saw, I think we think that we're in the position of power in these negotiations, right? Obviously, Trump somehow, for some reason, thinks that he's in the seat of power. I mean, maybe having that army behind him is a pretty good, deck or, good hand, right? You're dealt a pretty good hand with that army and the reserve currency and the size of the economy. I mean, they are fairly useful. Why not March 9th when Carney? Okay. But why show these two clips? Who's in the audience today, guys? What's Hamla? Hamla, what the fuck are you talking about? but why show these two clips? I wish I could answer this question. But the reason first of all, I think I showed one clip so far. But anyways, you are on another planet. Hamla. We started to make cars in Oshawa, Ontario, okay? Trump met his first wife and mother of his first 3 children in Montreal, Quebec, okay? Ed Hutch. Hi, Ed. You're a new name. Welcome. I hope you enjoy the show. Is this thing on? The whole deal with the Americans is that we are cheaper. Yes, that's part of it too. And we donate to them under market resources. Is this what you're talking about, Mr. Hutch? What thing on are you referring to? Are you making a joke, Ed Hutch? Is this a joke? Is this thing on? Is this thing on? Ed Hutch, are you here? Well, Trump may be as delusional as Biden. I don't think so. I think this guy is at least trying to squeeze every last bit out of things to show how wonderful a negotiator he is. Because he did write the book, The Art of the Deal, right? He kind of has to be an awesome negotiator, right? I don't think that there's an option, right? If he isn't the best negotiator on the planet, he doesn't look like, it's not good, right? It's not a good look for him. So anyway, so they're hitting us with the auto tariffs. They hit us with an executive order. Maybe they're going to hit us with auto tariffs. We don't know. We don't know. But you know what? You know what we do know? We know that Kevin O'Leary must be right when he talks. What the fuck just happened there? Sorry, let me get this queued up. I'm having some trouble here with my technical team. I think we're going to need a new one. Okay, so we've got Kevin O'Leary here now saying that this is all just negotiation tactics. All just negotiation tactics. Where is Kevin O'Leary? We already saw these idiots talking, so let's get to Kevin O'Leary maybe.
Find out from O'Leary Ventures chairman, he's Mr. Wonderful, Kevin O'Leary, what he thinks about the...
That smile's so creepy, isn't it? Who told him to sit there and smile like this? Like, I can't even copy it. Can I copy it? Do I look like it? Can I just sit here the whole time? You think? Does it not feel... It's fucking creepy, no? Look at him.
President, Kevin, he's about to sign 25% tariffs on steel and aluminum and reciprocal tariffs. What do you make of all this?
Well, those are two different baskets. Obviously, the one that people are talking about quite a bit tonight is India. They've got certain products, services, and different sectors up to 23%. Now we're going to have reciprocal tariffs in the U.S. against them. Modi will immediately fly to Washington. The negotiations will begin. It's the same everywhere. The Canadian situation is unique. Almost the entire $200 million deficit that the president's talking about comes from one single source. That's energy coming out of Irving refineries on the East Coast down to Boston, and all of that oil, 4.3 million barrels a day coming out of Alberta into the West. And so that's the most inexpensive oil the U.S. imports. That's why he only put a 10% tariff on it. But it's the beginning of a giant negotiation. Aluminum, 70% of aluminum comes in the U.S. is made in Canada for one singular reason. The Canadians have all the power. Aluminum requires electricity.
We have all the power to manufacture the aluminum because it's super energy intensive. And they need more, right? Their grid can't handle making aluminum.
We don't have any grid left for electricity. So all of this, to me, if you separate the signal from the noise, forget the noise. The signal is, let's get an economic union together. The Canadians aren't going to sell the country. That's not really on the table. What is on the table that now 43% of Canadians want to explore more of, forget all these tariffs. Let's join the two economies, become a behemoth, common currency perhaps, and then take on China.
So Kevin O'Leary is telling us that we are in the middle of a big negotiation, okay? That it's all just a negotiation to get us towards being a behemoth trading bloc or partner. And I suppose that could be true. I don't know how Mr. Wonderful knows. You think Trump is like, hey, Mr. Wonderful, come here. I got a secret for you. I'm going to tell you everything I'm thinking so you can tell them on these news channels. And so you can look like a genius. Because everybody loves you. And they respect your opinion. Because you were on the Dragon's Den. Or Shark Tank or something. No! I don't think that happened. I don't think that's happening. I don't think that will ever happen. But I think, Trump is making waves. He's making it very, very hard on... He's making it very, very hard on everybody right now because nobody knows what the fuck is going on. And he's causing chaos and uncertainty. And we know what the markets are like when there's chaos and uncertainty. It is not good. It is not fun. And people don't do things that they would normally do. They act weird. And they do stupid shit. Okay. I'm pretty sure he pushed his wife overboard. Oh my God. Who did? Trump? Oh, Kevin O'Leary. Yeah. No, that's not the story. That's not what happened. Trump looks like my dad. Okay. Ed Hutch is a joker. Welcome to the show. Thank you for being here. There's all kinds of jokers around here. Everybody is a joker around here. And that's what we need because this guy can tell a joke for his goddamn life. Okay. So we've got Trump putting the tariff on steel, and that is not cool. And also on aluminum. And I don't know, is that not cool? Or if the theory is that they can't recuperate quickly and that they have to, they're going to move production slowly because they still need this stuff. Unless I guess they're going to just stop producing whatever they produce with it. Are they just going to say, you know what? For the 25%, it's not worth making any of this stuff now. Just forget it. We're going to stop buying it all, right? Just forget it. I mean, maybe some people will stop making stuff because 25% will push their margins into the negative. And people don't like negative profits. Those are bad. We don't like these, right? Generally, the idea is for them to be positive profits, right? So, I don't know. I guess some people will say, you know what? At 25%, this doesn't make any sense anymore. We're going to have to stop production and we're going to have to find a local source. And the local source is going to be not jacking up the price because all of a sudden all their shit is in demand by everybody all of a sudden. Is this not the way that it goes? Does it go do all the local guys go, hang on a second, my phone's ringing off the hook here. Maybe I could make a few bucks extra. Maybe I can make a couple bucks extra. So now you got the tariffs. All of a sudden, everything's 25% more. And then you got the smart businessmen who are still making aluminum in the United States, which maybe, I mean, how many could there be, for God's sakes? If 70% of it comes from here, right? If that means only 30% comes from not here. Okay, did you see that math? Did you see how I did that so quickly? So and out of the 30%, how much of the 30% is there? I don't know. Is it 100% of the 30%? But anyways, let's say that it's 100% of the 30%. Okay, how can they ramp up to meet the demand of the other 70% with the 30%? Does this make any sense? Am I talking in English anymore to anybody? Does this sound like it makes sense? Okay, so like this little bitty group will not be able to meet the demand that has disappeared because the big group making the stuff in Canada just got a tariff up the butt. Okay? So for me, no matter what, it gets more expensive over on that end. Whether they buy it local or not, it's getting more expensive than it is right now. Okay? I think, like, can we agree with that? Is my logic sound, friends? Can somebody say something to that? Because, I mean, we all know I'm certainly far from the smartest guy on the earth, right? And so what generally makes sense in my head today, when I look back at it tomorrow, not so much. Okay? Not so much. Not so much. Anyways, let's see. Anybody here? Yeah, there's a few people here. How about a like, everybody? Like, how about give me 5 more likes? Get me up to 5 more likes, people. Don't leave. Every time I ask for a like, people leave. It's so fucking crazy. What the hell's wrong with you people out there? Honestly, look me in the eye. What's wrong with you? Why can't you just come in here, press the like button like everybody else, and like then I don't have to ask so much. I don't have to be a little bitch and ask all the time. Okay, so let's recap again, okay? Did we talk about Trump invading Canada? Oh, this guy. We got to watch this video. Shit. You see what happens, guys? You see what happens? I don't even pay attention to my own notes, okay? Why am I left to do this on my own, okay? This is nonsensical. Okay. This guy, I don't know where he's getting his information from. And I mean, he's just a dude on TikTok. I don't even think he has very many followers, so maybe he's credible.
So did you guys hear that yesterday?
Sorry, I'm talking over him.
So did you guys hear that yesterday during the Super Bowl, or maybe it was just after the Super Bowl? Trump very clearly said, we're going to invade Canada.
What?
He didn't use those words.
He didn't quite say that, right? Like, he might have been talking about a cheeseburger at McDonald's. I'm not sure. But he was implying it for sure. Didn't you see it at the Super Bowl? Let's just recap what this guy's saying. He said, okay, watch. He's saying that Trump said he's going to attack Canada. At the Super Bowl, he said this. Did you see it?
So did you guys hear that yesterday?
Hear it. Maybe he didn't say it visually. He said it auditorily.
So did you guys hear that yesterday during the Super Bowl, or maybe it was just after the Super Bowl?
Maybe it was yesterday. Maybe it was a year ago. Maybe it hasn't happened yet. I don't know.
Trump very clearly said, we're going to invade Canada. He didn't use those words.
He very clearly said it, but he didn't use those words. He very... Oh my God. What is going on here? He said it so clearly that he didn't say it at all. Oh my God. Where did I find this guy?
So did you guys hear that yesterday during the Super Bowl, or maybe it was just after the Super Bowl? Trump very clearly said, we're going to invade Canada.
Uh-oh.
He didn't use those words, but he basically did. And just a couple days earlier, Justin Trudeau was caught on a hot mic saying, this is real. Make no mistake, this is happening, and it's going to happen fast.
Uh-oh. What's happening? Like, Trudeau was caught on a hot mic saying that Trump wanting us to be the 51st state was for real. Not that he's going to invade us. Are we worried that we're going to get invaded? Is this a thing? Guys, is this a thing?
Trump was warning us yesterday. I guarantee you something big is going to happen this week.
Guaranteed. This week. What the hell is he talking about? Is this conspiracy stuff? Is this becoming a conspiracy show again? Are we having another conspiracy episode, for God's sakes? What is going on right now? Is this a thing, guys?
And if I lived in Canada, I would be very nervous. And
I live in Canada. Should I be very nervous? Why? What are they going to do?
But I'm definitely looking for ways to help my Canadian friends in any way that I can. The first thing you guys need to do is wake up and stop saying things like, I don't want to talk about it.
I don't want to talk about what? I feel like that's all I talk about right now. Is anybody else out there talking about anything other than tariffs and Trump and the United States now? Anyone?
When your friends bring these things up, it's literally time to talk about it.
Oh, when your friends? Who are you talking to about it then?
It's time to talk about everything that is happening, because it's happening at a record pace. And these guys are talking about ignoring federal judges' rulings. Okay, that's the first step.
This is a woke guy, right? This guy's all woken? Is this what he means to wake up? Is this guy a woke guy? Anyways, this guy is like hell-bent on the fact that Canada is about to be invaded, and Trump at the Super Bowl was maybe kind of very clearly making mention of the idea that he's going to do something big this week. That's where we're at. We're almost done, guys.
For a government out of control. Stay tuned. Oh, and hit the like button on this.
Oh, God, buddy. You're not getting anything out of us, okay? Now, having said that, you guys should press those buttons. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. When I asked for 5 likes, I got 4, by the way. And now that I've asked for more likes, feel free to leave again, because this is, see, you left. I asked for a like and you leave. What is this fucking craziness? What, honestly, why is that the trigger? Why is me asking you to do me a goddamn favor here? Thank you, whoever just liked it. But why is that the trigger? I say, do me a favor, you fuck off. I don't understand. Okay, let's see what's going on here. I did a okay, lots of foundries closed down in the past. Where? I did a project and we turned an old foundry into a community art facility. Where's that? Where's that? The Brickworks? I work for a company. We make houses out of straw and clay. We can make cars. Okay. I mean, you're making so much sense, Ed Hutch, that you're quite enjoyable. Charlotte, I don't know what this means. Already did. Liked. You liked it already. Thank you, Charlotte. Liberals, LOL. Small Bills. Hey, Small Bills, you look new. I don't remember you being here before. Steve Karish from the Steve Karish Show. That guy reports for the CBC. Is that for real? That guy's a CBC reporter? No fucking way. If that's true, that's crazy. He seems like he would be, though. If the government does not deal with the drug trade, he has justification to occupy Canada. Okay. He is Biden voter. Okay. That guy was a Biden voter, okay? You want to stab somebody in the heart, you call them a Biden voter. You want to really stab them in the heart, you call them a Kamala voter. And if you really want to just fuck somebody up, you tell them they're a Trudeau voter. And the worst has got to be whoever the fuck voted for Singh. Jagmeet Singh. Whoever voted for that piece of shit, you are a bigger piece of shit. You're the biggest piece of shit. If anybody in this chat voted for Jagmeet Singh, just get out of here now. Take off. While I'm losing my shit here, I met with TK for lunch today. I'm sure most of you must know who TK is. And we met, one, just to meet and shoot the shit and go over some business and eat some food. And he told me he had a gift for me from a fan that he met. And the fan didn't give a present to TK. He's like, make sure you give this thing to Darryl. Give this to Darryl. Look at my neck. I got like veins popping out of my neck. And so TK gives me this thing. It's like a keychain. You see that? It's like a keychain. And you can like open it up. And I'm like, I don't know if I was even really listening to the story 100% when he was talking. But like when I got home, I was like, oh shit, you can like put stuff in this. What is this for? Who the fuck is this thing from? And then I opened it. And then all these pills fell out. And I was like, oh my God, what the fuck is this? This guy's trying to poison me. Apparently it was aspirin just so I don't have a heart attack. Isn't that crazy? Or I'm going to die. I'm getting poisoned. It was 8 years after the Super Bowl. What's going on over there? If I hit the like button again, it will unlike. So don't do it. Don't do it. Isn't TK the number one realtor in Toronto? No, I don't think he's the number one realtor in Toronto, but he's the number one realtor on the number one team in Canada. Okay? He just won a whole bunch more awards last week again. I know this. One, because he's my buddy. Two, because my daughter's on the Frank Leo team now. And so although she didn't win any awards, I think next year's going to be her year. I truly do. He is the number one realtor in our hearts. That's nice. That's very nice. Very nice. Okay, let's get back to some stuff that people care about, because listening to me will just make your ears bleed out and you'll likely die. Okay, so in response to all of this tariff news, the Canadian economy was already kind of going into the pooper, right? The Canadian economy was going to shit, going to hell in a handbag. And before the tariffs, it was already not looking good, right? We were already, if you ask me, we've been in recession for a couple of years at least already. But officially, I don't even think we're even in a recession. Are we officially in a recession? No. And unemployment is not, it's shrinking somehow miraculously. This place is humming, apparently. And that doesn't make any sense. They're cutting rates, right? Inflation is under control. Immigration is slowed. Rents are coming down. Prices are stable. Inventory's up. The market is absolutely crazy. Tariffs are looming. And what's going to be? What's going to be with interest rates next? What do you think is going to be with interest rates next? I think we're getting a cut. That's for damn sure. March, cut. How big a cut? I don't know. Some people are saying 50 bips. Bips. You see, if I say bips, I sound like more professional. If I say bips, then I sound like a moron, right? If I say basis points, now I'm an economist. Anyways, what are we going to do? We're going to cut rates. We're going to, what does it say here? We're going to print so much fucking money that we had to hire a second external deputy governor. So our plan, well, we have a few plans, right? We've got a few plans up here in Canada, right? we're going to fuck those Americans up if they try anything, or at least we're going to go down. We're not going down without a fight. We got a few tricks up our sleeve, us and our French AI that nobody knows anything about, right? Our weird French AI. I mean, the best thing that's come out of Canada since BlackBerry has been Shopify. I mean, Shopify is cool and all, but like, really? Like a website builder? Is this the best we got here? Is this the best we got? Website builder, for God's sakes. Anyways, so we're going to print a bunch of money one way or another. We're going to have to print a bunch of money, and we're going to need a second external deputy governor for that, for the Bank of Canada. Okay, big deal. Nobody gives a shit. But the other way, ooh, Big Dougie. Do we like Big Dougie? Do we like Big Dougie Ford? Is he a friend or is he a foe? Is he doing good for our economy or is he doing bad? Is he a corrupt bastard or are all of them corrupt bastards and he's just the dumbest one because he gets caught all the time, right? Because he does the shadiest shit. Our government is so fucked up and so shady. It is truly unfucking believable. But okay, let's go. Dougie Ford telling everybody what his cards look like. Okay? Premier Ford tells the U.S. Chamber of Commerce in Washington, D.C., this brave bastard, that Ontario can flick off the electricity as far south as Florida at a moment's notice. Well, that's a bold statement, right? Like, I just want you guys to know. Okay? I'm not saying anything here, okay? We're just talking. We're just talking, a couple of friends. It's not a big deal, okay? I just wanted to let you know that I've got this switch that I can turn on and off. There's a few switches. I got like a row of switches. And I can be like, okay, Florida on off. New York on off. Minnesota on off. Okay? And, you know, what, you don't know what I'm talking about? They're on off switches for your electricity. I got on my desk these switches. And I'm just going to, I don't want to. I want them on. Here, check this out.
I want to further integrate our energy and electricity grids. People don't realize, as we stand right here, right now, we can deliver from Ontario electricity as far south as Florida. In just a moment's notice, we can flick on the switch or flick off the switch. I prefer flicking on all the shit.
I prefer flicking on all the shit.
Just a moment's notice, we can flick on the switch or flick off the switch. I prefer flicking on all the switches, and encourage more exports of Canadian energy and electricity to the U.S. to power your economic growth.
Whoa. So, but I mean, you could tell when he went off script and that he was kind of afraid to say,
I want to further integrate our energy and electricity grids. People don't realize, as we stand right here, right now, we can deliver from Ontario.
We can deliver.
And right here, right now, we can deliver from Ontario electricity as far south as Florida.
As far south as Florida.
In just a moment's notice, we can flick on the switch or flick off the switch. I prefer flicking on all the switches.
So Doug Ford would prefer to flick on all of the fucking switches. He doesn't want to come across like he wants them on. He wants to help you guys. He just wants things to stay the way that they have been for decades. And you can't blame him, right? But man, we are starting to get a little ballsy here on this side. And so, you know, that mixed with our plan to print more money and lower interest rates should probably help us weather the storm. I'm sure our dollar will get stronger as a result of all of this. So that's good. And I wonder if just actually taking Canada is off the table when I see stuff like this. Okay? So I mean, we want to imagine here in Canada, right? We want to imagine that the states would never really do anything to us, right? Because they've been here forever, right? They've been here forever, right next door to us. We've got relations. We've got good relations. At least we thought we did until a few weeks ago. We just want it to stay that way. And we don't imagine that our big brother, even though he's acting fucking crazy, and maybe like we talked about before, maybe it's our fault. Okay, maybe we changed first. Okay, maybe we got super weird and went off the deep end for a while. And now, they're nervous. And this is their response because we let a lot of weird shit happen here, right? And now I guess it's starting to come out in the wash. But when I see stuff like this, okay, Trump, we're taking Gaza. No need to buy it. Okay, check this out.
War-torn area, we're going to take it. I really think we're making some very good progress.
Mr. President, you said before that the U.S. would buy Gaza, and today you just said we're not.
This little dude is the king of Jordan. Okay? There's Vladimir Zelensky, or whatever his name is, from Ukraine. I don't know what he's doing here. And then that's, what's his name? Marco Rubio. I don't know what, I guess he's foreign affairs dude. This little man is the king of Jordan.
Not going to buy Gaza.
We're not going to have to buy. We're going to have Gaza.
We're not going to have to buy Gaza. We're going to have Gaza. We're going to have it.
We don't have to buy. There's nothing to buy.
There's nothing to buy. Why is there nothing to buy?
We will have Gaza.
What is that?
There's no reason to buy. There is nothing to buy. It's Gaza. It's a war-torn area. We're going to take it. We're going to hold it. We're going to cherish it. We're going to
hold it and cherish it and call it George. Tell me somebody that you understand that reference. Please. Somebody tell me that you understand that reference. Okay. So they're going to, somebody, I don't know who, somebody went into Gaza and blew the place to smithereens. And now the United States is going to have it. They don't have to buy it. They're just going to have it. They're going to hold it. They're going to cherish it. They're going to love it. Okay? This is where we're at. So I don't know how we got here. Okay? But we're here. It's crazy. I don't understand. You can go in, you bomb the shit out of a place and take it, but this is how it works. It's worked like this for many years. Doing it on MSNBC in front of the world is a nice new twist to how it's done.
get it going eventually where a lot of jobs are going to be created for the people in the Middle East. It's going to be for the people in the Middle East, but I think it can be a diamond. It can be an absolute tremendous asset for the Middle East. And you're going to have peace. It's going to bring peace in the Middle East.
Gaza's going to bring peace in the Middle East, according to Donald Trump, when the United States takes the Holy Land. Is this really, is this for real? This is what my kids say. Is this for real? Is this for real, Dad? I don't know. This doesn't make any bloody sense to me either, everybody. I don't know what the fuck's going on. So they have, let's recap here, okay? Because this is why I'm nervous right now. Because you got that woke dude saying, he knows for a fact, because Trump told all of us during the Super Bowl that they're going to invade Canada. And then all of a sudden there's tariffs on steel and aluminum. And then all of a sudden there's 100% tariffs on automobiles. That's coming down the pipe. And then all of a sudden they are taking Gaza. What the fuck? And somebody in the crowd asked him, like, what does that mean? You're taking Gaza? And Trump just kept saying, we don't need to buy it. It's just there. It's gonna be a gem. It's gonna be a diamond. It's gonna bring peace in the Middle East, and it's gonna be great for everybody in the region. It's gonna create jobs when we start making our canal, and it's gonna be spectacular. There you go. That's the worst Trump of all time. And I thank you for being here for that, because if you weren't here, well, I probably would have done it anyways. But anyways, so we're taking the Gaza Strip, and that's it. And so why won't they do that here? Okay, so Gaza Strip, pretty important, right? Gaza, important for all kinds of reasons. One, like, I don't know, I think there's a holy element there. Two, it's beachfront, beautiful beachfront, okay? Beautiful beachfront. Three, it's like right there in between, and people don't want it there, okay? People don't want those people there. They're not the best people, right? Like when they were in trouble, nobody wanted to help them. And there's got to be a good reason for that. They're scary people, right? They've lost their minds over there. Anyways, so what happens, okay? And the reason I'm nervous, okay? Because, look, with the rhetoric over here on the Canadian side, for God's sakes, you'd think that we're ready to go to war. And so if we're actually not bluffing for some stupid reason, and Doug Ford's ready to flick the switches in the off position, right? And we're going to stop sending oil over, which I don't think anybody said they're going to do that, because Daniel Smith isn't as crazy as the men. But Jagmeet Singh is ready to frickin' do taekwondo moves on anybody that's in the U.S. Parliament or government. Do they call it Parliament? Anyways, the whole point is that after these tariffs get slapped on us, okay, and they destroy our economy, as per some of the experts out there, what if that doesn't work? What if that doesn't work? What's the next move? Right? It's invasion, maybe? Right? Because if they can do that to Gaza, okay, so I'm trying to frame a picture here. Gaza's important because not only is it like a holy place, and not only is it in the middle of where they don't really like them to be, okay, and it's got this beautiful beachfront, but it's the exit point. We talked about it the other day. Were you here with me? When we talked about it the other day? It's the exit point for the new canal that they want to build, okay, for shipping routes and shipping lanes, okay? And this is not a joke. This is not made up by this guy. I'm not smart enough to make that shit up. Why would I do that? We see guys holding maps and talking about this forever, right? Michael Pham in the house. Hello. D. Trent is here. Thank you. Alistair Trent is here. We got Trent, and Trent. TZ. Thank you. Welcome. Not a realtor. You might be a realtor. I'm not a realtor. Don't ever call me a realtor. D. Trent, something sucked. Okay. Darryl, have you talked about the amount of inventory GTA that came to the market first week of Feb? Well, we did talk about that the other day. We can talk about it again in a bit. But at the moment, I'm bitching about the fear that I have in me that the U.S. is actually capable and maybe willing to take over the country we know as Canada, right? That we all love. Jeff O'Toole is a realtor. Nobody cares, Jeff, but congratulations. That's great. I'm not. I don't want to ever be. I don't like realtors, just for the record. So what am I saying? Okay, so that piece of land is so important that they were willing to blow it to smithereens and go in there and take it, okay? And I don't know if they tried tariffs with them first. I don't think so. I think it's all under the like they want to get rid of the terrorists. And you can't blame them, obviously. And I don't want to even get into this shit anymore. The point is that for the shipping lanes and the beachfront property, and I don't know, maybe they have some oil there. I don't know what their resources are like there in the middle of the desert or at the edge of the desert. But regardless, it's that appealing that they would go in and, like Trump just said, we're going to take, we don't need to buy it. We have it. We're going to cuddle with it. We're going to love it. And we're going to do stuff to it because it's amazing. Okay? And we love it. And it's going to be tremendous. Tremendous. Okay? So what about Canada? Because now we know, right? There's big shipping lanes up there in the Arctic, and everybody wants access to the Arctic. And we have the Arctic Passage that we control because it's like, it's right there, right? It's right there. It's our northern border. It's on the edge of Canada, right? And it's very important now that we have the technology to bust through the water, the icebreakers. And we want more icebreakers, God damn it. We need more icebreakers, God damn it. But guess what? Nobody wants Canada to have control of the shipping lanes, just like they don't want Panama or China to have control of the Panama Canal, and they don't want the Palestinians to have control of this new canal. They definitely don't want Canada having control of anything. We're not allowed to have control of anything up here, for fuck's sakes, right? So, forget about the resources and the water and all the dummies we have up here that are just willing to do all of this for next to nothing, at least compared to the world stage, and line everybody else's pockets with a bunch of money, like a bunch of morons. We have the shipping lane that reduces costs and shipping time and makes some very wealthy people much very wealthier. Okay? And so there you have it. Is it going to be worth it for them to invade Canada at some point if we're just not playing rolling over and playing dead? If we're not just being a bunch of pussies, okay? If we actually have a backbone and we actually stand up to these fuckers and turn off the switches and stop the flow of oil and blah, 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 then, you know, maybe, just maybe, we're going to get invaded and get the shit kicked out of us. And do we want this? I don't think so. I don't want this. I don't want this at all. We have no Canadian brand named cars, motorcycles, TVs, computers, cell phones, washers, dryers, fridges, stoves, helicopters, and small home appliances. Like, we don't have any of these. What do we make in Canada? What do we make here? What's the Canadian brand? Is Roots even a Canadian brand anymore? Is Roots a Canadian brand? What's a Canadian brand? Tim Hortons is not a Canadian brand anymore. What's a Canadian brand? Does anybody out there know? Canada Goose? Is Canada Nortel? Ha ha ha. Is Canada Goose still a Canadian brand? We had Rim. We talked about that before. Thanks, TZ. You're not helping. Saying something that I already said. It's not helping. What else? Canadian brands. Do we have any left? Canadian Tire, I suppose. Is that still Canadian? Brex. What's Brex? I don't know what Brex is. Okay, but that's a problem, right? Like, what have we been fucking doing? How do we only have Shopify here? and resources. Like, how do we have nothing else? What do we have? We got the Blue Jays. That doesn't count. Clothing. We got no clothing lines, do we? We have a clothing line. What do we got here? Do we maple syrup? Like, that's not even fucking funny anymore. What is going on? Right, Shopify. That's it. Shopify. And it's not even a Canadian dude. It's like some foreign guy from Sweden that like maybe came to school here. Okay? Justin Trudeau is our brand. Now, TZ, now you're contributing to the show, my boy. My girl. I'm going to call you they, TJ, TZ, TZJBTQ+. Okay, Lululemon. That's Canadian. That's supposedly evil, too. But we're not going to go there today, are we? Darryl, we are the same age. You should know that, or you were a dumb 20-year-old. Brex? Briex. Oh, Briex. Okay, yes. Briex, I know. Thank you. But I was definitely a dumb 20-year-old for sure. I recognize the name Briex, but okay, can you not imagine me being a dumb 20-year-old? What was I doing in my 20s? In my 20s, I was probably at York University for like part of a year. I owned a baseball camp, and I was working at Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Okay? Is that 20s or was that 19? Somewhere in there was a time period where, did I say I owned a baseball camp as part of that? Did I say that part of it? Darryl has a gay book on his shelf. That's right. Darryl has a gay book on his shelf because Darryl's daughter is gay. Okay? Darryl's daughter's gay. And so that book gives me insight into how my daughter may have, had to grow up, or things that she has to deal with that I wouldn't think of because I'm not gay and I don't know about that stuff. And also, actually, my brother is gay, but he's a fucking asshole piece of shit and we don't talk to him anymore. Okay? Now, why are we getting all personal here? Right, because you're looking at my gay shelf. Sorry, but yes, good call, Gorilla Radio. TZ, actually, our banks are said to be the best, and the healthcare, as people always say. Our healthcare has gone to shit, and so have our banks. It's all a lie. Everything in Canada is a hologram. It's a holographic lie, including, you want to go, Trent, including the amount of inventory that is flooded on the market. Okay? I don't know what came on in February. Maybe you can enlighten me, Trent. USA Healthcare coming soon. It doesn't matter. USA style healthcare, like pay as you go kind of thing. We'll see. Absolutely. We live in a mirage of an economy. That's right. This whole thing is just a crazy fucking joke. It's a lie on top of a lie on top of another lie. And here we are. Okay? Everything is fake. Isn't it weird now, though, growing up and getting older and realizing, holy shit, like all of that stuff that I learned in school was not real, right? All of these theories and concepts and ways of living and society as a whole is a big fucking lie and stupid. And this is why, okay? This is why I never fit in. This is why I got kicked out of every class every day. This is why I sat on the fucking carpet doing this while they were reading me propaganda as a little kid, okay? I must have ADD, okay? Or when I was a kid, I must have had ADD. Who doesn't have ADD? Like when you're listening to Canadian geography in grade 4, I mean, how do you not have fucking DD, right? Who the hell can pay? What is wrong with the people that can pay attention to grade 4 fucking Canadian geography? How do you focus on that shit? How do you just stare and absorb the information? How did I get onto this stuff? Try doing it in French too. French immersion, okay? Try doing all that shit in French immersion, God damn it. My parents were evil. God damn it. God fucking damn it. Here, I'm going to hit you guys with a God fucking damn it, for God's sakes, because it's time for a God fucking damn it. That's for damn sure. Here we go. Are you ready? Join me, shall you? It feels good.
Damn it, fucking damn it. Oh, fucking damn it. Oh, fucking damn it.
Fucking push. Fucking damn it.
Fucking damn it. Oh, fucking damn it.
Bunch of bush. Fucking damn it. Okay, that's how I'm feeling right now. Fucking damn it. Bush a bush. Fucking damn it. Everything's just crazy. Everything's changing. But this is me growing up, right? Like looking around going, what is wrong with everybody? Why is everybody doing stuff this way? Why does the world work this way? This doesn't make any sense to me. I'm just going to go off in the corner and play my guitar. Okay? I'm just going to go play guitar and write songs about how fucking weird everybody is and how shitty everything is and how crazy everything has got. And that was so long ago because now I'm old, okay? That's over 30 years ago that I just couldn't assimilate into this craziness, right? All the lies and shenanigans and absolute craziness. Speaking of growing up and lies and bullshit and propaganda, whatever happened to this, actually? What a great fucking segue. I'm the segue fucking king. Look at this. Check this out, okay?
Do you remember the ozone layer? Was that just a 90s thing? Is it better now? We just stopped talking about it? I mean, what? What happened to that?
What happened to the ozone layer shenanigans? Do you remember that? When we were kids, do you remember, D. Trent, if we're the same age, do you remember like not being remember when they said you shouldn't use hairspray anymore? Is that just me? Is it just me that needed to use hairspray every day in the 90s? Did you guys not? Is it just me? I used to, can you imagine? I used to have like kind of, not long hair, but like my hair in the back I had like a short long, what are they called? Like business in the front, party in the back kind of thing. But my hair, believe it or not, is curly. And so it would like flip up. And so I would curl it under and spray it, right? Fucking poof my hair and spray it. I should find an old bar mitzvah picture of myself. That'd be a hoot. You guys should see some old pictures of me. That'd be a hoot for no one. But anyways, yeah, mullet. Thank you. Man, did I have a puffy mullet. A very puffy mullet. And man, was it beautiful. It was a thing of beauty. That thing, everything was in place. But the point is like, there was a whole ozone layer thing when we were growing up. And it was a big problem, right? Styrofoam, hairspray. What else was in aerosol cans? All aerosol was the problem, right? And it was all the people that overused the aerosols that were the real problem. And I'm sorry, but like those pump hairsprays, that was not the same as the aerosol spray, okay? You could do art with the aerosol, but the pump spray was weird. Like right in one spot, a whole bunch of hairspray, like right there. And you can't work with that shit. And then everything gets all fucked up. And looking at my hair now, you wouldn't think I had such a wonderful set of hair that I had to worry about hairspray. But man, I was like Miami Vice style. I got to dig up some pictures for next time because man, I had like this puffy thing going on with the hair in the back and I was a handsome dude, I got to tell you. But when they told us about the ozone problem, like this was a big thing back in the day, right? We used to be outside, right? We used to be outside with a lighter and the aerosol can, fucking spraying it on each other and trying to burn each other alive, right? But then you couldn't do it anymore because you felt bad, right? You couldn't do it in front of people because, right? They still sold the aerosol products, but you didn't want to do it outside with your friends anymore. Fucking burn them, right? So what did we do? We started doing it inside the house. I don't know if you're like me, me and my brother, we would like spray it into the sink and melt the shit out of the sink. My parents were not totally impressed with that whole thing, but that's another story for another day. And I don't know why I'm talking about this shit. Oh, because everything's a lie and they make shit up and it's all propaganda. Now I'm getting all crazy. Okay. It was the 80s. God freaking damn it. But you should get some sound bites to play. Inventories are going. Okay, so inventories are growing. Okay. I saw a stat that out of all this inventory, at least here in Toronto, and I imagine it's got to be similar in Vancouver. I don't know what things are like in Vancouver. But it's like over 60% of the inventory currently is condos. Okay? And so of the other 38%, how many of those are townhouses? How many of those are single family houses? What other housing types do we have? So let's just pretend that 15% and 15% are townhouses are 15% and regular single family houses are the other 15%. Okay? So out of those, how many meet your needs and are in the area that you want if you're an actual buyer? Okay? So listen, I think the story is, guys, okay, detached is going to skyrocket. What the fuck? Why? Why would you say something like this? Back it up with something, please. Tell me, why are single family going to skyrocket? Because of all of the people that are defaulting all of a sudden, all 300 of them? All of a sudden, we're going to have a flood of defaults and power of sales. I mean, TK is saying that he's dealing with a lot more power of sales. That's for sure. I don't know who else is dealing with a lot of power of sales, but is this what you're talking about, D. Trent? Do we have a power of sale tsunami? Tsunami. Hey, somebody call in. Is somebody willing to call in? I loved the call-in portion of yesterday's show. I must admit, it did something for me. It wasn't a good call. Darryl, that is my call. We will see. Hold on a sec. How come I can't see what you said anymore? We will see how it works out. Okay. You can't back it up, though? Well, I don't understand. Why? Okay. Maybe you're going to be right. Maybe you're going to be wrong. But come on. Teach us something, D. Trent. Give us some insight into how your brain works. What do you think? Is it the defaults? Is that going to just spiral out of control? Is that what you're seeing? Is this projection based on tariffs on or tariffs off? Tariff on or tariff off? Just tariff switch. Okay, so how boring did the show just get right there? Is it me? Do you guys want to see? I have no idea why I have this, okay? I have no idea why I have this at all, but I think, it was in one of my feeds, I guess on Twitter, and there's really no reason for this at all, to be honest with you. But it is quite funny, and I'd like to share it with you because you're my friends now. The evolution of women's underwear, okay, over time. The evolution of women's undergarments from the 1800s to now. And please, if all you do today is stay to the end of this video, okay, you will have done yourself a mitzvah. Wait for it. We're almost there. The end is fantastic. From where we started, they did get awfully sexy. How is this? Was this ever considered sexy to anybody? Do you think that this was ever considered sexy? Or is that why we saw... Whoa, is it loud or is it just me? Holy jumping Jesus. Do we even need the music at all? But, okay, this, do any of us find this sexy? By a show of hands or hearts or 100% or something in the chat. Something, do something, please do something. Is this something that we find sexy? Because I think this is the reason right here why they change things so abruptly. I feel like you could have seen some boobs out there. We're getting, look, a little bit of skin, a little bit more skin. This is definitely heading in the right direction. Now, here we go. Now, obviously, the men took control of things right around the 1930s with regards to this. Corey Schneider, hot. Charlottetown, old-fashioned. Hello, Dina Gallus. Welcome again. Thank you for being here. Corey Schneider says it's hot. Okay, so now women have obviously become sex symbols at this point. Yep, here we go. Get ready. The end is the best. Because this is where we are. This is where we are right now, right? This is where we're gonna look at this. Oh no! You see? Okay. The director is telling me to cut this crap out. But look at this. I mean, and this is real, guys. This is how it is now. Jesus Christ. Okay, so my director told me to cut the crap out. LOL, Rose, I'm not smart enough to short the market for real. Where's the lace? We don't need no lace. We don't need nothing. Let's be honest. What else is going on out there today? Is anybody willing to call in? Because I thought that was fantastic. There's a decent amount of you here. Somebody should be willing to call in. Thank you for all of the support today. Thank you for all the likes. Debt, maybe. Unemployment, maybe. What does that mean, Dina? What are you trying to get across here? What are you trying to say? What else is going on? Okay, this is crazy. Here, this, you got to see this. This is a funny video. Maybe you don't think it's funny. I thought he was funny, okay? But you may have a different view of this. The Russian police disciplines transgender for getting out of hand. Check this out. Why do I think this is funny? I don't know. You tell me what you think. Oh, oh. You can't do that. Can you do that? I do it to you too. Uh-oh. Boom! That's how you deal with transgenders in Russia, okay? And that's noticeably different than how we deal with transgender here in Canada. And not that we should smack the shit out of them, but, I mean, we should smack the shit out of some of them. Some of the time. Okay? I think that's a fact. Okay, so that was stupid. I'm sorry I shared it with you. I felt like I needed to. What else is going on? People are starting to wake up out there and realize, just like I was saying before, okay? They took a long time to realize what I realized a long time ago, okay? That the way things are is total bullshit, okay? And they've had enough, and they're starting to wake up. And I think a lot of people are starting to wake up, right? Because the way things are
9 to 5 is bullshit. Unpaid lunch breaks are bullshit. Working all day and going home to have 2 hours of free time before bed is bullshit. 5-day work week is bullshit. Working yourself to death is bullshit. Retiring at 65, unlikely, is bullshit. Starting your adult life in debt from student loans is bullshit. Giving kids 7 hours of school and then homework to ready them for the never-ending grind is bullshit. It is so frustrating that we have one chance of life on this earth and humanity chooses taxes and credit scores and pollution instead of floating around in the ocean all day eating fruit and hanging out.
Instead of hanging out and eating fruit at the ocean. And this is exactly what I'm talking about. This is how I felt as a kid. Am I crazy? Am I the only one? Shouldn't we all just be hanging out, eating fruit at the beach, maybe painting each other a little bit, some massages going on, looking out and into the distance, and imagining, creating a little paper mache at the beach, maybe some painting on an easel. I don't know. Question: what in the world could make prices go up? I can't think of anything. You can't think of anything that would make prices go up. Well, what about a whole bunch of money printing and lower interest rates? And what if they opened up international buying again? What if that happened? What if wages went up somehow, which doesn't even make any sense? Wages going up because everyone is making money. Oh, there you go. Okay, yes, okay. That makes sense, Rose Overdose, if that is your real name. Technically, okay? Technically, we should be able to have a boom here in Canada as the world needs more and more of our resources, and we're able to make more and more money off of them by rerouting to more and more clients other than the United States. It should be the golden age of Canada that's happening now, right? Alongside the golden age of America, but we should be having a golden age here. We should be busting a move on tech. We should be automating everything. We should be AIing the shit out of everything. We should be building roads and building bridges and making LRTs and subways and building all kinds of shit and drilling shit and digging stuff and making things. And, you know, maybe we should have a Canadian car brand, right? Maybe we should have, like, Tesla's patents and designs and everything are open sourced, for God's sakes. You could literally open a Canadian Tesla, right? Just copy all their stuff. They've put it out there to help increase the adoption of EVs in the world, right? Like, we could just have a Canadian Tesla pretty quickly. Why don't we have, like, major Canadian brands? Why don't we do something around here, for God's sakes? The world is slipping into a crisis. It's global. It's true. It's happening. Although is the States. The States seems to be rising as the rest of the world is going into the shitter. But that's probably part of the hologram, right? That's part of the story. The story is North America Union, as some may argue. So is this a good idea, the North American Union? I think it might be. I think it could be. I think... What would you trade your dollars one for one for American dollars here? And we're just like, that's the deal. We start trading in American dollars. Would you do that? Is that a good idea? Musk was Canadian. He was also South African. South Africa's not doing so good right now. Not if you're white anyways. That's a whole other story. You guys see what's going on in South Africa with the white people? What is going on here? I'm under attack. What is this bug here? What month is it? What is this bug doing? Is this a bug or is this dust? Is it dust? Oh, I'm under attack by dust. What the fuck is going on? Okay. Here we go. Everybody. It's time to just transfer our focus onto resources. Okay? No more real estate. Everybody has to start a business. Everybody has to start digging and mining something. Okay, everybody, just go buy a piece of land for like 30 grand up in northern Ontario somewhere and a drill rig, and just see if you get lucky. And if you don't get lucky for oil, there's got to be some kind of minerals underneath that property. So just dig it all up and let's see what we find, and let's sell it to people because it's all useful, right? Sand we need for glass, right? And beaches, right? Stones we need for landscaping and all kinds of other shit that we need stones for, right? To throw at people in glass houses. And then maybe you stray gold or silver or platinum or palladium or uranium or who knows what the fuck is under there. There's got to be stuff everywhere. Isn't that how it works? There's just shit everywhere. Okay. You guys are having your own conversation in there. We will hit a home run after the crash. What does that mean? I call laundromats. Laundromats? Absolutely not. Okay, I can't keep up with you guys today. I drive a concrete truck. Here we go. Okay, hold on a sec before we go there. Detached inventory is going to spike, and guys like TK and Mr. Pumper Lightweight will say nobody saw this coming. Just tell me why, for fuck's sakes, man. Stop this. Why? Just tell me. Is it because you think there's going to be a wave of inventory because of all the people that are renewing and can't afford? Or is it because all these people are going to lose their jobs over tariffs? Huh? Tell me. Corey says, okay, I'll tell you. Oh, he's going to tell us. Okay, we're not getting to Corey yet. Hurry up and type. Can you talk into the thing? Why don't you call in, D. Trent? Why don't you call in like that one time you called in on the Canadian Real Estate Show? Call in. Okay, we're going to move on while you're typing because I got a feeling you're going to type something long or you're just going to disappear on us. Oh, no, not you. Okay. I drive a concrete truck. Condo work is slowing down. No shit. We know this. If we stop making condos over the next few years, so many people in construction will be out of work. No kidding. Every completed project is unemployment, right? After the project is finished, it's to the unemployment line because there's no other projects coming. Unless we can get these purpose-built rentals going, right? Then there's going to be work for you guys. I am going to have some work for you guys soon because nothing's going to stop me. But this is obviously like we know this. There's a big, big slowdown coming. And there's going to be a glut of inventory. Or maybe there's going to be all this inventory already out there and nobody's going to be buying anything. Okay. He's going to tell us. Who is Mr. Pumper Lightweight? Not Darryl, right? No, I'm not Mr. Pumper Lightweight. That's got to be Steve Karish or Tom Story, right? D. Trent. Corey just explained the first reason. When construction slows, the economy stalls. Okay, so we know all this. Yeah. What else? What's next? Okay, yeah, thumbs up. Yeah. What else? What's 2? Give us number 2, D. Trent. The legend. God, I wish I knew who you were and what you did. Is there anybody out there that knows what D. Trent does for a living and who he is? Clearly, he's not stupid. No offense. Hopefully that came across the way it was meant. Anyways, quick, tell us, because I'm bored and I want to go. It's 6:30, goddammit. I don't know what time it is for you guys out west. I guess it's like 3:30. Is this the right time for this show, honestly? Is this the right time? I don't know if there is. What do we think is going to happen, guys? Are we going to get slapped with a shitload of tariffs, bitch slapped into oblivion? Is the United States going to take over Canada? Is D. Trent going to be the next prime minister? Tune in next time to find out. Because, well, D. Trent, I'm going to give you another minute or two because I am interested in what reason number 2 is. Although I think I guessed it already. Is there anything else on my list of stuff that I wanted to discuss with all of my friends out there today? Ozone layer we talked about. We are hitting this stuff. Oh, I got one. Is it okay? I got another one. You guys are going to like this. Ready? Here we go. You guys are going to love this. We got another. Is this a ripoff or not? Is this another rental ripoff in Toronto or not? By Dink. And we love Dink as much as we love big balls.
Welcome back to the only show that takes you inside someone else's apartment so that you can decide if it's a ripoff. That's you right there, dancing. And that's my apartment right there. It's another episode of MTV Cribs for broke people. And today I'm in Parkdale to see the apartment of...
I'm Hira.
How much is rent?
1,500.
1,500. Let's remember this. Okay. We got $1,500 a month for Hiral, who is clearly immigrated recently. Well, maybe that's not clear. I think it's clear.
Hiro's apartment is estimated by her to be 340 giant, huge square feet.
340 square feet for $1,500. Can you imagine? Let's go back to the 90s, shall we? And I'm not sure what the rents were in the 90s. Let's see. What was the average rent for a bachelor apartment in Toronto in the 90s? Let's see what we come up with. Okay. You want to see this so you don't think I'm... Oh, you can see this. This is fantastic. What was I sharing with you? Oh, yeah, the rent ripoff stuff. Okay. In the 1990s, the average rent for a bachelor apartment in Toronto was between, holy fuck, $454 and $510 per month. Holy jumping Jesus. That's pretty crazy. And now it's more than tripled. I wonder what the size of it. What was the average size? Does it say? Did I fuck that up? I didn't fuck that up. Okay, I fucked that up. Anyways, so we see that clearly prices have gone up.
I'm Hira.
How much is rent?
1,500.
Hiro's apartment is estimated by her to be 340 giant, huge square feet. She has the place very clean and tidy. Here's the kitchen and the laundry room, which is also a library. Does it include utilities?
No, it doesn't.
Doesn't include utilities. Poor girl.
Here is the bedroom and the den, which transforms into the world's smallest movie theater. What's the record amount
Projected TV onto the wall.
of people you've had in here?
I think it'll be 8.
Wow, 8 people simultaneously in this little bathroom.
It's pretty clean, though. It's a clean, cute little space.
The building is freshly renovated as it was an old farmhouse from the 1950s. So is this a ripoff or is it a good deal?
Is this a ripoff, friends, or is this a good deal? I don't know. $1,500 a month, estimated at 340 square feet, which means it's not that big. It's less than that, because that's how it is. Every time something, a house, a condo, every time something is leased or rented or sold, it grows. Just so you know. So go back, check the old sales listings, check the MPAC for the square footage of the place, because on the listings, they tend to grow. Okay, we have an answer from D. Trent, number 2. Okay? Number 2. People have rode the equity wave for years. They based their entire fortune around their house. They know what they have. They don't know the feeling of losing. The market falls 20%. They panic. They will panic. If it's bad, they will dump it. I know so many people who say they would sell, but don't feel like they have to. Then there's the huge segment of people who owe so much money it's nauseating. They will be jumping ship into the lifeboats as fast as you can shake a stick. How do I know this? I worked with money, a lot of it. Okay. So there you have it. We have a thesis from the infamous and famous commenter extraordinaire in the Canadian real estate and economic space, the maestro of the comment section. This is his prediction. And of course, I am excited for the day that his prediction is positive because I like making money on real estate, clearly, right? But for now, he will stay negative. And I imagine that he will stay negative for a lot longer. And what he's saying makes sense, right? I mean, it makes sense. But, whoa, I may come on your show in the future, Darryl. It's something I will consider. D. Trent, that would be amazing. I would love that. Just a voice, okay? Just a voice. I'll hide your phone number. You don't even have to tell me your phone number. We'll find a way that you could do it anonymously completely if you would like. But nothing would make me happier than to talk to you for real, because that I think would be cool. I get to talk to a lot of the people that watch the show. I get to meet a lot of people. I get to meet a lot of people from social media because I'm crazy like that. People will call me and say, "Hey, can I buy you a cup of coffee?" And I don't know where it's going to go. Maybe one day I'm going to get poisoned. I don't know. But so far, it's been interesting conversations. It's been interesting opportunities. And sometimes it's just been a big fucking waste of time. But it's fun nonetheless. At least I get a free cup of coffee, maybe a bagel, maybe some tuna, depending on my mood. But that would be amazing. I would appreciate that. I think a lot of people would appreciate that, D. Trent. You probably have a bigger fan club than we do, right? There's probably more people that like you than like me. I'm just throwing that out there. I don't really think it's true. But it could be. Could very well be true, actually. So there's really not much else. I mean, I have a list of stuff to talk about, like if I run out of stuff. But you know what? It's been a fucking hour and a half. Like, how are you guys even still here? What is the point? Why are you still here is the question. Have you learned anything? Have we learned anything today, friends? Has this been a worthwhile endeavor for you today? That's a fantastic idea, D. Trent. Looking forward to it. Hope it happens. That would be interesting. Well, Dina, you could call in too. I'd love to talk to you too. Rose, that would be great. Then maybe I find out if you're male or female, right? Jeff O'Toole, he should call in. That'd be pretty cool. I'd like that. Anybody could call in. That would be amazing, right? I would love a call-in portion, like every time. I would really love a call-in portion every time. Is anybody out there willing to call in right now? Because otherwise, I'm fucking out of here. I got all these stories to tell you from my construction past. I got my first project to talk about. I got when I got destroyed back in the great financial crisis. Everybody always wants to hear about that stuff. But like, I don't know. Isn't it enough for today? Did we learn anything? We did learn about D. Trent's thesis, right? Darryl, you should teach us how to work through a development project. Start to finish. I want a blueprint, please. You may know Don would be, he's MIA today. Yeah, where the fuck's Don, man? Don came on. I interviewed Don at one point. We did a whole interview. It was great. It was funny. I don't know if you saw it. It's legendary. It's things that legends are made of. Don would call in for sure. Yeah, I think that's true. I think Charlie would call in too. Everybody should call in, guys. You guys should all call in. I will definitely. Do you want to? If everybody else is into that, like I would definitely run you through a development deal that I have done from start to finish, like a recent one, right? One that is done. I can open up the books. I can show you, all of the work that gets done, all of the files, all of the. You guys really. Truly have no idea how much work goes in to getting a site developed. I mean, sometimes just the amount of work to get the real estate under contract is absolutely insane. Teach you how to build? Okay, well, that's a whole other subject. Building is very different than developing, okay? These are not the same thing. You can be a builder. You can be a developer. You can be a builder developer. Okay. But these are totally different skill sets and totally different. Now, I can teach you how to build some stuff. I can't teach you how to build a bridge, but I could teach you how to build a house. That would be easy. I could teach you how to build a little building. I could probably teach you how to build a big building. But we could go through also like the first house that I ever built, top to bottom, right? Numbers, everything. I could give you stories for days on all this shit. And I have a list of them. It's just we never get to them because the news is so crazy. And I there's so much to talk about with the news that it just seems like a shame to talk about my bullshit, right? But maybe it would be good. So we'll try adding some stuff in. I want to build apartment buildings. Oh, you do you? Well, that's good. Who doesn't? Everybody does. Everybody wants to be a developer. Everybody wants to build apartment buildings. Nobody wants to do the goddamn work. Everybody wants to just point at properties and say, oh, that's a good deal. You should buy that one. That would be great. You'd make a fortune over there. Would I? Would I? Would I? Absolutely would love to see how much work you do for a development project. All right, guys. Next time, we're going to see what it looks like to do a development project. Okay? We're going to go through some files. We're going to go through a whole bunch of shit. It's going to be insane. It's going to be stupid. I don't even know if it's going to be fun. But you're going to see the absolute crazy amount of insanity, right? Past deals. Like this one here, for God's sakes. Got to be careful. Can't show everything. Okay, but here, look at this, okay? Look at this. This is just inside one folder of one project, okay? And all of these, I assure you, have stuff in them, like proformas. Like, look how many spreadsheets. Look how many spreadsheets. Other people's spreadsheets. Trying to teach me how to do shit. Trying to teach me how to do my job, right? What else? We got reports, architectural plans, right? Like other people's architectural plans. Look at how many versions of the plans, for God's sakes. Like all kinds of crazy shit. We can go through all this stuff together if you'd like. But, I mean, this, and I'll tell you, okay, this deal, we're going to go through it because I bought it, I sold it. But all this work here, okay, here, agreement after agreement after agreement after agreement after agreement after agreement, accounting, like this wasn't, there's not, oh, here's some accounting too. What's in the accounting? Oh, it's loading. Look at all this shit. Look at all the accounting. Okay, like there's just file after file after file after file after file. And if you are interested, we can go through this shit for sure. Financing, claim. Oh, I got a story. Got sued. We can talk about that. That's fun. We got a bullpen report. I don't know if you guys follow Ben Myers. We can talk about that guy. But like all this stuff, all this work, and like, listen, I got to read all this stuff, okay? I got to know what it all says. I got to know what it all means. So just remember, okay? What else? Darryl drawings. You want to see? This is what Darryl thinks you can do. Bad planning. I don't even remember half this shit. What is this? Darryl drawing. You see? Me drawing. This is a scan of what I drew. Oh my goodness. This is day one drawing. This is me. This is my analysis of this site. This is what I thought. This is what I got to do. See, I got to make this drawing and then I figure out how many square feet the building is. Do you see this? Is this awesome? Is this cool? I don't know if this is cool. I mean, it's cool for me. Do you want to see where this property was?
Hey, yeah. I think my nail just fell off. Fuck, it hurts.
Sorry, guys. I don't know what happened there. Can you hear me? Am I back? Are we back? Sorry, I must have pressed the number 1. Oh, that's what I did. I pressed the number 1. Okay, the site that we are currently looking at, and we can't do this all today. Okay, I'm sorry. We can't do it all today. 3718 Kingston Road. And if you're on social media, if you're on Twitter, you might know Jeremiah Shamus. I bought this site from him. It's this church here. So hold on a sec. Let's get our bearings, okay? We are on Kingston Road in Scarborough Golf Club Road, okay? I don't know if you know Scarborough at all. Is this the best area in the world? No. Is it near a decently affluent part of Scarborough, if there's such a thing? Yes. Is it near a golf club? Yes. Is it near the water? Yes, kind of. But, oh, excuse me. Did I just burp into the microphone? Was that disgusting? I'm really sorry. Okay, so here, I like to look at things in 3D, right? Get the lay of the land. Actually, I go into VR. Have you ever been in VR? Have you ever been in VR and done Google Maps? You want to look at property? You want to find good properties? Go into Google VR and check it out. Okay, so this is it. You see how it is? The property goes here, cuts in, and is this whole back piece. And it ended up that I put the assembly together and I bought this piece. But what we're looking at the moment on the screen, the drawing, is just this one property right here. Okay? Just so you can get your bearings. So from the top, it went around this other stupid building, and that son of a bitch wouldn't sell to me. Oh, this deal, guys, like, it was crazy. I had, you see, there's all these billboards, and you see all these Rogers. There's these Rogers towers. Here, let's go to the street view, shall we? Now I'm getting all excited, and everybody's leaving. Okay, you see these, I had to deal with getting rid of this. There was a lease on this billboard for like 25 years I had to deal with. Then I had to deal with the lease for these Rogers. Oh, no, it was the Rogers lease that was the problem. This was okay. This was easy to deal with. Holy Jesus. Okay. So, but then I bought this church first. Bought the church first. Let's go over here. And this prick over here, he didn't sell to us, so we had to design it around it. So anyways, so that's this drawing. That's me. This is how I do it. I get the property, I draw it out, and then I draw out the building based on all the setbacks and bylaws and all of the super duper stuff that I know. But the story is that there's a shit ton of work that goes into all of this stuff. Legal battles. What else do we got going on here? Oh, no. Anyways, you get the point. There's a lot of shit that goes into this. I'm willing to share it with you guys if you'd like. I don't want to get into more of it now, but like we can go through that together. We can have a good time. We can have a party. Right? A little planning party. A little development party with the friends. How does that sound? Does that sound good? Sounds good to me. Maybe we'll go over my first deal ever. Maybe that's where we should start. I don't know. We'll figure it out tomorrow. If I do it tomorrow. Am I doing this tomorrow? I don't know. We'll see. Have a nice day. Arrivederci. Adios. Buongiorno. Bye.